Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com, and in this video, we are talking futures prop firms and more specifically, an aspect that can be very misleading. Now, I'm not saying any of this is done maliciously or anything like that, but it can create one of those situations where you're like, wait, huh? What's happening? What's going on here? And I don't want that to happen to you if you do choose to go down the futures prop firm account journey. Now, what is a prop firm? Just very, very briefly, a prop firm essentially allows you to put very little of your money at risk. And then if you can prove yourself, then there's a whole lot of upside potential. But that's where it all revolves around for this potentially misleading situation is the whole, you got to prove yourself. So in this video here that you're looking at, and I'll put a link down in the description box if you do want to watch it, but I passed a prop firm evaluation test phase, and then I wanted to give some lessons learned. But then I got the comment here where I was told, hey, passing is easy. And I understand where this person is coming from, but this is where the confusion, this is where the misleading can come into play, because I understand why they think passing was easy. But for me, it was not easy because it was very, very different situation than what this person is referring to. So to build more context, we need to know this as our core kind of foundation for the world of prop firm accounts. And the ultimate goal is this. We want to get paid. That's the goal. Not to pass things, not to do anything else, but we want to get paid, or in prop firm lingo, get a payout. And this is where we need to start to bring in some clarity. And I should note that I am going to use two different prop firms, but this is a principle that should be applied across the board. You need to understand this aspect of when you actually get paid, because you're going to see terminologies and, concepts sound the same, but in all actuality, they're not the same. And I don't even know if I'm making sense yet, but let me just hop in and it should become a whole lot more clear in regards to this whole misleading aspect of, proving yourself, passing the test, and even different prop firms use different terminology. But I asked this person in our chat room community because he is what I would call a prop firm expert. He got whole lot of experience with them because I just wanted to make sure I was understanding. And he gave me the breakdown, which I thought was the case. But like I said, I just wanted to confirm with, what I would consider to be an expert. So let's go through each of this. So we're going to start with the first one right there. TakeProfit Trader. It's the one that I use. It's the one where that video I talked about at the beginning is the test that I was able to pass. So let's actually go through the journey of what it would take to get paid, or more specifically, how long would it take you to actually be able to get paid with the account. So with TakeProfit Trader, that test phase is 5 days long. And within that test phase, there's rules that you must follow, and there's certain rules where they're not going to let you YOLO, things like that. They want to make sure, well, you've got to prove yourself. Can you manage risk? Can you be consistent? All that sort of stuff. And that lasts 5 days. But then after that, you have the next day, and that's what they would call a pro account. And in theory, you could get paid right then and there. And they're very good. 1 day within the pro account, you get paid. And if you count that up, 5 days of the test phase with the 1 day of the pro account, in theory, if you played things perfectly, you could get paid in 6 days. Now let's counter that with Apex, another company. And here's a little spoiler. The person that was like, passing is easy, this is who they were referring to. And why do I say that? Well, with Apex trading, the test phase, or excuse me, and this is where I'm even confused myself, because Apex is not called a test phase. They call it the evaluation phase, or an evaluation account. And that can be passed in 1 day, in one trade. There are no rules. You can go out there YOLO. You can go all in on something. And if it works out, boom, you've hit the metrics. You have passed. So from that point, well, passing is easy. From that point of view, that's true. It is easy if you're with this prop firm being Apex. However, well, remember, what is your ultimate goal? Well, we want to get paid. Well, with Apex, the performance account, or, what I would call, the actual evaluation phase, but the performance account, where the rules start to kick in and you have to follow, you have to prove yourself, you have to manage risk, you have to be consistent, all those sort of things. That is the phase where it kicks in. And you're probably looking at the numbering scene. Well, that phase is also 8 days. And then after that, you would be able to get paid. So 1 day of a phase, or 1 day of the evaluation phase, but then 8 days of the performance account. I mean, you can do that math. That is 9 days. So sure, one prop firm, it is easy to pass the test. But you see, well, It's a little misleading because, yeah, you passed, but now you have this big journey to go on the performance account. Whereas the one where I passed, no, it wasn't easy. I had 5 days of strict rules, and they needed to be passed. Just like the performance account phase is not easy because you've got to perform, you've got to be able to meet their rules, but you just got to do it for actually a little bit longer of a time. Now, this is not me saying, so therefore choose Take Profit Trader over Apex trading. That's not what I'm saying. There are other things that need to be considered. I am just saying that the whole idea is very misleading from the sense of, oh, well, it's easy to pass the test phases. It's easy to do this. It's easy. Well, yes, but you need more context. What prop firm are you actually talking about? And I'm not saying this person was doing it to me, but to kind of go and kind of rain on the person's parade, like somebody passes a test and you're like, well, that was easy. It's like, wait a second, wow, what do you mean that was easy? But I didn't take it that way because I understood the broader context that this person was coming from the vantage point of the apex trading, where that evaluation phase is only 1 day. So again, I'm not saying the conclusion of this video is therefore Take Profit Trader is better than Apex, because again, there are other things that you might want to consider. But what I am saying is that the evaluation phase, the test phase, is harder to pass on Take Profit Trader because that is 5 days of rules versus one on Apex where there are no rules. You can just go do whatever you want, YOLO, and maybe you can pass in that, not only the first day, but maybe just one single trade. So I hope this does all make sense. Now, I do recommend both. I have members that use both, and I will put links down below to either of those. And make sure you use those links because those will give you the best deal possible whenever you're watching this video, because they are always running promotions. But I just did want to hopefully point this out. And hopefully this does make sense and you see the differences here. But yeah, the prop firm world, it can get confusing. It can be a little misleading. Again, not maliciously, not or anything like that. But in this situation, you got to understand that just because you hear one person saying, oh, you can pass in 1 day. Well, that's true, but you see here versus another, well, I don't want to have to take 5 days to pass. Well, again, look at the timeline, and if I did my job right here, you can see the big differences between these two in that aspect. So again, any questions, leave those down below. If you are interested in just learning about futures as a whole, I do offer a class for that. And I will put a link down below so you can check out that class. Totally free, 4-part series. And if you're someone that's still watching and you're thinking, I don't know if I want futures, but if you trade stocks and options, a little thing that maybe will get you more interested, there is no pattern day trading rule. So let me throw that out there to you. And then finally, if you're interested in learning about how I approach the markets, what tools I'm using, how you should be using them, how you should not be using them, and how they can help build consistency and manage risk and help get things passed, such as these evaluation accounts within the world of prop firms, then definitely get signed up for this free live webinar that I'm offering. So I'll put a link down below, or you can just go to claytrader.com/live, and that will let you know when the next live class is. So I've been doing this for quite a while, and I've learned that a lot of people show up in the markets and they don't quite understand things the right way. And sometimes just a little bit of a reframing can really help out. And that's my goal with this class. So definitely get signed up for it. So thanks for watching. Take care. And if you enjoy these and you want to support the channel in a super easy and free way, I guess first off, consider using the links down below. And then second, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it really does help out. So thanks for watching.